Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 16th. This week you have the schedule card. It says, most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. Do you have room in your schedule for the abundance you are wanting to attract? You have this counselor card. It says, your compassionate nature makes you a good listener. Your advice is sought after, and your perspective is a valuable commodity. Yes, I mean, definitely Cancer with Jupiter in your sign. I think you could be experiencing like more, I was going to say it, more social opportunities and more people wanting your time and things like that. Because you have the Three of Cups right here. But, again, Jupiter in your sign, I think, could be making you very popular. Jupiter loves being in Cancer, so I think that this is going to be a really good time for you just in general. And, I think that it could be a good time for socializing, for just positive attention in the world, for pretty much everything. And, I mean, we have the Three of Cups and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is also a card of like socializing to me. It is a card that can represent like social opportunities or, can kind of represent doing things that you want to do. So, this looks very, very good here, Cancer. But let's see. You start with the King of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Moon card. Some of you could be attracting love here because you have the Emperor as well. So for those of you that are looking for love, I think that there could be another water sign coming in for you. Could be any sign. But the Emperor would be like a divine counterpart. I also think that this is a great card for exploring your emotions. The King of Cups has very deep emotions. He is sitting in these choppy waters, but he is perfectly fine. So he had, the story of this card is that he has explored his emotions, and so he is able to, no matter what is going on around him, he is still able to make good decisions because he has explored his emotions. So I feel for a lot of you, this is basically saying you need to like focus on yourself more than anything externally. And not only that, we have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick movement or, can represent quick success as well. But the Eight of Wands, those 8 wands are pointing in one direction. I think that there's going to be a lot of noise this summer. I mean, I've literally been saying it for months. I literally haven't been wrong, right? All this stuff is kicking off in the world, like right when I said it would. And, the trick is that we have to focus on what we can control. If you do that, then things will go very well for you with this Eight of Wands. And, that's what I would be doing. You have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is kind of like your community, and you have that counselor card. So especially with Jupiter in your sign, people could be coming to you asking for help or asking for guidance, and again, giving them guidance or help, could be very beneficial. These 3 ladies are also celebrating a harvest, and I kind of have a feeling that as we clarify, just based off of everything going on here, I think that we will see a lot of cards that could represent you having harvest. So if you've been investing time, effort, attention, or energy into anything in your life, this could be you finally getting a harvest based off of what you've been putting your time, effort, or energy into, which is a good thing. You have the Eight of Wands. I mean, I just feel like, you have this card. You have this card, the Shooting Star card that says, what you've asked for is coming true. Your wish is about to manifest. You also have this Endless Possibilities card as well. And it's like these cards of like endless possibilities and stuff. It's like they're good. But, the thing about the moon is that the moon is part of the fool's journey. And the fool has no freaking clue if he's going to get to the finish line or not on this card. The whole point of the moon is that the fool has to put down his emotional armor and he has to trust that he is going to complete his journey or he's going to reach his goal, these mountains in the background. And he also has to realize that this in-between time of darkness with the moon, the moon goes up, the moon goes down, the sun comes up. Like eventually there will be light. And, the moon has to like face his fears of darkness to kind of finish what he has started here. And I kind of get that for you here, Cancer, where it's like saying, it's like, don't be afraid of the possibilities. You have that Endless Possibilities card. It's like saying, don't be afraid of what could happen on your journey. It's like, just complete the journey. With the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but, Seven of Swords is a golden card, and golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. So he's going to war without going to war. He's stealing these swords from this army in the background. Seven of Swords really says there are probably a million ways to do everything that you're doing in your life, and you just need to research other ways. The card itself can also represent taking things too seriously. He has these polka dots on his cloak, and he could be just taking a situation, could be anything in his life that he is taking too seriously, and he needs to be more playful and, kind of be more lighthearted. And again, I do believe Jupiter in your sign does want Cancer to be more lighthearted, playful, focus more on the bright side, that kind of thing. With the Three of Cups, you have the World. Yeah, like I said, definitely standing out in the world with Jupiter in your sign. So now is an amazing time for you to get attention. This could be for anything. It could be like you building a social media. It could be you putting your work out into the world. It could be you going on dates and like literally putting yourself out into the world. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. I think that, you kind of have like the world in your hands here, Cancer. The world is your oyster. And I think you need to get out there and kind of like make things happen with the world. With the Eight of Wands as well, this in the Three of Cups, this could be an accomplishment. So if you've been working towards something for a long time, you could finally be having an accomplishment. With the Moon, you have the Tower. I feel like you're fearing a Tower moment. I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently as well, like in one of your recent readings. It's almost like you're fearing a Tower moment that hasn't happened and probably won't happen with that Moon card. It's like the Moon can be a card of fears, fantasies, and illusions. The whole point of the Tower is coming down to reality, like needing to see reality for how it actually is. So, it's like I feel that some of you need to see the reality of a situation in your life, or you need to like get over the fear of something that probably isn't going to happen anyway with that Tower. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Divine Intelligence card. It says, to connect with your higher self, you must first create space to listen. Yes. You have the Shooting Star. It says, what you've asked for is coming true. Your wish is about to manifest. Yes. And probably very quickly as well. So I kind of feel this is saying your wish is manifesting quickly. You have the Eight of Wands, Emperor, and the King of Swords. The Eight of Wands is a card of something happening fast. So, this definitely could be a wish that's manifesting quickly in your life. And I feel that it will be a good thing for you here, Cancer. Again, you have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is quick success or quick conclusion. Now, I think this is very important for you for whatever reason. The Eight of Wands, all those wands are pointing in one direction. So we cannot pull in two directions with the Eight of Wands. We have to make like one thing our focus, and we can't get off balance. So, whatever you're trying to accomplish at this time, I would really focus on making it your focus. And anytime you have any thoughts that go against whatever you're trying to do, I would correct those thoughts. Again, I don't think we have to be perfect. We don't have to be, paranoid freaks about this either. I think that just in general, if we have a negative thought that goes against what we're trying to accomplish, if we catch it and we say, oh no, and then we think a positive thought, that's all that matters. We don't have to be, paranoid about it. And I think as long as you are taking more control over your thoughts and feelings and things, things will probably go a lot better for you with this card. I also feel the Tower in the world, by the way, can represent a move. And so if you're thinking about moving or traveling, again, some of you, this could happen a lot faster than you think. And I'm not trying to be clickbaity here, but what I am saying is that maybe this summer, maybe you think about moving. And maybe if you asked yourself at the beginning of the year, are you going to move? You would have said no. But maybe as we get to the middle of the year, you're like, oh, I'm going to move. And then you do at the end of the year, I'm not saying it's happening overnight, but, it just feels like something that's happening quicker than you thought. And I don't know, I think it would be good. I also think with Jupiter in your sign, of course, you will be making moves in life. So a lot of you could just be making big moves. You have the Emperor, which would say you're taking a lead on things in life and you're bossing up. And of course, that makes sense, again, with Jupiter in your sign. You could also be attracting a divine counterpart. Could be any gender. They're showing up as the Emperor here, but, could be any gender, doesn't matter. So if you're looking for love, I feel this could be a bossed up person as well. This could be something that also moves very quickly. We do have the Knight of Swords, and, the Knight of Swords says don't rush. And, this could be something that both people are kind of rushing, but I would make sure that you take your time. You have the King of Swords. King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom. I think Cancers have learned quite a bit over the past many years, and I think that really all water signs, but definitely you, Cancer, I think need to take the things that you've learned And you need to apply those things to life, the lessons, the challenges, all those other things. He is a card of discernment. He's a card of knowledge and wisdom, and he needs to use it. I also do feel you could be attracting like an older person here. The King of Swords is usually someone who's very mature, or like a more mature person that you're attracting into your life. You have two cards that wanted to pop out here with that Eight of Wands. You have the Queen of Wands and the Two of Swords. Yeah, if you're going to, this to me says that if you're going to do something, you have to go all the way. Two of Swords would kind of be hesitating. It would be not, going all the way. The Queen of Wands, she needs to be bold and assertive and really go for something. And she needs to be confident. And she's also the card of learning as you go. So it's like, if you're going to do anything at this time, like starting something new, starting a new project or business or relationship, this really says really, really go for it. Don't start and then stop with that Two of Swords energy. Can't make this up. With the Emperor, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely could be a knight in shining armor for sure that's coming in for you. The Tower could just say that you're freaking surprised that someone is interested in you, Cancer. It doesn't have to mean like anything other than that. It could just say that you are surprised, or you just are kind of surprised that this person is interested in you. I kind of get that feeling. But definitely could be a knight in shining armor. The Knight of Cups also kind of says, but by the way, just like for all of you Cancers out there, if you have a dream or something that you're trying to accomplish, the Knight of Cups says now is the time to get started. So I definitely feel that if you're trying to get something going, like a dream or something along those lines, it's definitely time to make your moves. With the King of Swords, you have the Seven of Cups. Yes, very mysterious energy here. So if this is a person, like, I don't think this person is like mysterious as in they're like hiding things. I think they're mysterious just because you don't know. It's like you have the moon, this is something where, maybe it does move very quickly. Sometimes I think, I'm not really sure what I want to say right now, Cancer. So whenever I don't know what I want to say, I just say it because I have no freaking clue what I'm talking about half the time anyway. But what I would say here with that Knight of Swords is it's like sometimes I think we meet a person, and it's not really they're mysterious. It's like maybe they just move slower than we do. And so we think they're mysterious. And really, like, it's our anxiety that is making us want to move faster, right? And I feel like this Knight of Swords here is saying, like, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be anxious about if you're meeting a person. Just take your time and slow things down with that Knight of Swords. Because, again, I think in anxiety, that's like where we make bad decisions sometimes because we're like trying to rush something just because we want to feel better, which I understand, right? We don't want to feel anxious. And so, but sometimes we stick our foot in our mouth when we do that. And so I feel like this is saying, like, just slow things down. If you're feeling anxious about this person, or they're busy, or they're doing things, go find your own hobbies. Go do something so you're not constantly thinking about it, right? I don't know. Someone needs to hear that. So there you go. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this news and messages card. You also have this moose card. It says acceptance and eccentric on it. Yeah, you definitely could be attracting an eccentric person as well. We see a ton of communication in this reading. The Kings, the Emperor, the Eight of Wands, and what else? Oh, the Knight of Cups as well can be communication, the Knight of Swords. So a lot of you could just be very popular. Like I said, I kind of feel that for you, Cancer, that, like I said, with Jupiter in your sign, Jupiter loves Cancer as well. So, Jupiter is very happy to be in Cancer. So I think that, it could be a very popular time for you. You have the Knight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Strength card. Yeah, no rushing at this time. No jumping to conclusions either. I think it would be an amazing time for you to be very direct as well. You have the King of Swords. With the Knight of Swords, we can get foot and mouth disease, where we stick our foot in our mouth, where we should have just spoken up and we didn't, and we get in trouble. So Knight of Swords just says, if you feel something, say it. Even if it's in a relationship. Like, if you're wondering what the hell a person is doing, say, what the hell are you doing, right? I think just being like blunt and direct and straightforward could be very helpful for you, Cancer, and it will get you the answers you want instead of like holding it in and like bottling it up and all that other stuff, right? Like, saying what you actually mean is going to be very important. I've been talking about this for years, really. I almost just had a heart attack because I realized that my computer was muted, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not recording, but I am, thank God. So anyway, random side note, but Again, I think that all of us are really bad at communicating sometimes. Like when something is wrong, we don't say what is wrong and when we should just get to it, right? And so I think being like a direct communicator would be good for you in all areas of life. You have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think we all have to let go of the past right now because the times have changed. We are entering into a new world. We're being prepared for July when Uranus enters into Gemini in July. That is like the splitting of the two worlds. I said on a podcast with the lovely Devin Dewar, a fellow Cancer, right? I said that, to me, this Uranus going into Gemini is going to be like the TV show Severance. Like it's like going to be like a fever dream, and for some people, it's like two worlds and splitting. And I think people who are willing to embrace like the new ways of doing things, people who are willing to also like see all ways of doing things, not just saying like I know that this one way is the best way, but willing to mix and match and put different ideas together, those are the people that are going to be very successful. So I would explore new ideas. You have the Strength card. I kind of feel like your strength is being rewarded here. I feel like the work that you've been doing on yourself, the patience that you've had, it's like all those things are popping into my head with the Strength card. The Strength card in some ways is a reward. She is getting this lion to submit to her. It has its tail between its legs right here, and it's submitting to her. And so, in a lot of ways, I kind of feel like it's like, where was I going with that there, Cancer? It's like, you are kind of getting the rewards for working on yourself. She's getting a lot of attention here because she has put the work into herself. This lion represents her inner critic or her inner voice. And, by working on herself, she is getting the credit. And so I kind of feel that for a lot of you. With the Knight of Swords, you have the King of Swords. Yes, you've been getting this with me for months. This is like a person that you haven't talked to yet. I really don't like the King and Queen of Swords together in a reading because this is two people who haven't talked yet. But, again, I don't know. It still looks like a good love reading to me. So if you're attracting love, I would just open up. Queen of Swords can also represent gaining clarity for the first time. So if you've been waiting for clarity or hoping to get clarity on some aspect of your life, you could finally be getting clarity. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty or happy home, happy family. So a lot of you could be experiencing fortune after difficulty. These people here are dreaming of these 10 cups that exist above their heads. And so the Four of Pentacles kind of says you have to be willing to let go of what's holding you back with the Four of Pentacles so that you can have more. I think that really it's time where the universe wants you to have more. Jupiter is in your sign, if I can't say that enough. When Jupiter is in your first house, it's like the universe is saying, I want you to have more. I want you to expand. I want you to experience things you've never experienced before. I want you to grow. And again, I think it's time for you to dream big here, Cancer, and like really go for, something bigger, more expansive. Yes, with the Strength card, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is gratitude and luxuries. It's like, kind of focusing on the nicer things in life. It's also a great card for independence and like being independent. So a lot of you are kind of like working on your independence. A lot of you could be working on your wealth as well. Nine of Pentacles is kind of like, sometimes I feel it's a general wealth building card. So you could be doing things to improve your finances or grow your money. All that stuff pops up. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Oracle's Gift card and this Endless Possibilities card. Yes, I definitely feel you need to trust your intuition. It's like your intuition is guiding you towards something amazing, and I feel like the possibilities are endless. The whole reading, and that could be a little overwhelming right now for you, Cancer. Seven of Cups, Ten of Cups. Seven of Cups, those cups exist in the clouds above his head. The Ten of Cups, those cups exist even higher above those people's heads. They need to bring that dream down to earth, right? Instead of just dreaming about it constantly. But, sometimes when we have too many options, that can be a bigger problem than not enough options, right? And so I think it's time to like focus on what you really want and realize that there are a million ways that you can accomplish the things you want to accomplish and to go for it. You have the Four Cups, the High Priestess, and the Five of Cups. Four Cups normally can represent disappointments or, kind of contemplation and apathy or thinking the grass is greener on the other side when it isn't. But it's coming up in the good stuff. So I think you are finally getting an opportunity that you actually want. Again, this cup right here, and it doesn't have to be love. It could literally be anything. That's pretty much all I'm getting here, Cancer, is that you're getting some sort of opportunity. You have the High Priestess. I think it's time for you to trust your intuition. It's like your intuition is definitely guiding you in a direction. It's like I feel like your intuition is like trying to tell you something or trying to get you to move in a direction. I would really listen to your intuition at this time. It's like pushing you towards something, or, I don't know. There's like something about this High Priestess where it's like your intuition wants you to move towards something or wants you to do something with your life. So, and by the way, this is the card of possibilities. She represents unlimited potential. She has no roof over her head. So whatever she's trying to accomplish, the only limitation is what is between her two ears. The only limitation is herself. This reading with the Strength card really could be encouraging you, Cancer, to conquer yourself. Like those things that you say you can't do, taking control with the Strength card and doing them anyway, it might give you even more strength. And, especially with that card there. You have the Five of Cups. Again, Five of Cups and the good stuff would be good. It could say that you are now turning around and focusing on what you do have. Again, you have the Nine of Pentacles right next to this. And the Nine of Pentacles is definitely a card of being grateful for what you have. So you could be practicing more gratitude, or you could be doing things to, express your gratitude more, whatever you want to call it. But, again, I think you could be seeing a lot more reasons to be grateful. With the Four of Cups, you have the Hierophant here. Yeah, Hierophant can be marriage. So if you're looking for love, this could definitely be you attracting a person who's kind of like on the same page as you, who wants the same things as you. These two people are very similar. They both want the same thing, basically. So you could be attracting someone, where it's like you're on the same journey. The Hierophant can also represent blessings, and we do see a lot of cards of blessings here, so definitely could be some blessings. With the High Priestess, you have the Nine of Cups. Definitely could be a wish coming true. Again, Nine of Cups in the good stuff is definitely a card of like a wish or wish fulfillment coming in for you. So I do feel that some of you could be experiencing some sort of fulfillment or wish fulfillment. With the Five of Cups, you have the Four of Cups again. So definitely getting something you want. Like I said, definitely could be like wish fulfillment or something like that. With that Four of Cups. Four of Cups we don't really look at as wish, but again, he is attracting something he wants into his life. So, that looks pretty good. You have this parrot. It says, someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. Let them talk, is what I would say. I love free attention, especially with Jupiter. Any type of attention that you're getting is going to expand you. So it doesn't matter what people say, except the attention. You have this June card and this Torch card. It says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So June could be a very spiritual month for you. And again, this video will be published on June 11th. So even if you're watching it before the week of the 16th, doesn't matter. You could be doing a lot of spiritual development, just a lot of development in general. Looks really good. You have this Hat card. It says you will be playing a different role. Definitely bossing up. Like I said, with that Emperor energy, I think a lot of you are going to be doing things to like stand out more, to get more attention, to, attract more people, all that stuff. You have this Wedge card. It says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. You get this card with me all the time, Cancer. I would be very careful of other people telling you what to do. I would be careful in relationships as well. Like if you get in a relationship and outside people are trying to ruin it, I would avoid those people. They're probably just miserable. And, I always tell people, like, if you're getting into a relationship, you need to be careful of those, like, single friends, divorced friends, things like, people who've recently been divorced. I'm not saying that people who are divorced are bad people or anything like that, but it's like, and again, it's not, this is a blanket statement. I am broadcasting to a million frickin' of you at one time. So, again, if you're divorced and you're perfectly happy, I'm not talking to you. But again, for the most part, if you have a divorced friend who just recently divorced and they're talking shit about the person you're dating, probably not a good person to be around because they're probably just bitter based off what they're going through. So I would be very careful. I have learned the hard way in life that we should be very, very protective of the things that we care about. And that includes not surrounding yourselves with people who are miserable about the thing that we have, right? So again, I would be very careful. People love to tell me how I'm wrong about this and everything like that. And what's funny? A lot of those people have told me I'm right like 6 months later. They were like, oh my God, you were right. My friend was trying to break me. I'm like, I don't know. Like I tried to warn you, right? I'm not saying divorced people are bad people. And again, if it's a person, obviously if they're not talking crap about your relationship, then fine. Then there's nothing wrong. But again, you have to be careful of the ones that are, right? So there you go. You have the Stork card. It says news of a birth or a new business opportunity. A lot of new opportunity for you. I would be looking for new opportunities, especially with that High Priestess, because High Priestess says, and the Four Cups. especially in the good stuff. These could be any type of opportunity that's being offered to you. Again, the problem with the High Priestess is that they usually just look like opportunities that have potential, which means nothing. So we really have to put the work into those opportunities to get them to work. And, that's what I would be doing here. But I would be taking advantage of opportunity. This looks really good, Cancer. I like this. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.